This is KC Tunes and Brews. Local beer, local coffee, and local music. From the City of Fountains, I'm your host, Adam Bartling. All right, here we are on KC Tunes and Brews, and really excited for this episode, and I'm here with Stovepipe Perkins.
Hey.
It sounds like you have many different names, but that's
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like I'm trying to evade the FBI all the time.
All right, yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good, because you can commit one crime and then commit the next crime under the other name, right?
Right,
kind of
exactly.
just like circle it around or whatever. So,
so true.
yeah.
True.
Well, hey man, welcome to.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man,
it very
it's
much.
awesome that you're here. I appreciate that a lot. Made the drive out from Overland Park, right? That's where you
Yep.
and-
I live out that direction. I'm in Roland Park. Yeah, and I used to live way south of the city, and I would get invited up, and people would say, "Hey, come out to Blue Springs and jam with us." And from where I lived, I'm like, dude, that's
a long drive,
like an hour and 45-minute drive. So
just for a jam.
yeah, so I live close to downtown now, so I'm really super close to everything. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
So yeah, you can hit the venues or do whatever, right? Almost
Yeah,
in walking
yeah.
distance. So that's cool. So your band's name is Knock Need Sally, correct?
Just like Bow-Legged Sally, but Knock-Kneed Sally.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. And it's 11 years ago, we were in my basement, and I had a list of really good band names. And and I wanted it to be democratic.
What were some of them? Do you remember?
Well, Floyd the Barber.
Oh, there you go.
Just stuff like
Andy
that.
Griffith Show or something?
Yeah. And
Floyd the
so I just said, hey, I'm going to go upstairs and get a drink. Why don't you guys decide on a name? And so I went upstairs, got a drink, came down, and they said, well, we decided it's Knock Need Sally. And I was like, what? And they said, yeah, Knock Need Sally. And I said, that wasn't even on the list.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Yeah, and the bass player at the time said, I just always wanted to be in a band named Knock Need Sally. And it was kind of funny because that was the only practice he ever made it to. So yeah,
Was
that's
the naming practice?
the naming, yeah.
And so he knew that was going to be the practice where things were named, correct?
Yeah, evidently.
Okay.
So yeah, we
He was on time and everything, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that night.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that night.
Okay.
So then, I had to trade him a PA for the name, so we got all of the website and all of that stuff because he went out and got the name, the URL, and then so we, after they voted on it, I thought we probably ought to keep it, since all the other members voted for it. So, but yeah, that's where Knock Need Sally came from.
Okay. So that's been the name for 11 years then. So
11 years.
That's a long band name. We kind of talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's very true. You think about the survival of bands these days,
Yeah.
11 years along. That's an accomplishment. So
Well, I've been married twice, and it's the longest relationship I've ever been.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you're not married to one person in this band, though. You're married to
Oh, you are so
three
true.
other members, right?
Spoken like a true band guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know exactly
Yep.
exactly what's going on.
You're not relying on one person to make it to rehearsal and get to shows and all that. You're waiting.
Oh
on,
yeah.
Oh, where the heck is that? Kind of like tonight, for example. But okay, he's got a good excuse.
Right.
What's his name? Mike.
Rick Coombs.
Yeah, Rick
our
Coombs.
sax guy was going to swing by here, but
That's what this microphone here.
He got
for.
hung up at work.
Yeah.
And so he's here in spirit.
That's right. His chair is there and everything. So, but he might if we decided that we're going to put the phone out, and if he sends us a text message during this recording or something, that will stop.
Right.
Or at least if he's going to come or something, we'll stop and cut him in or something. So
Yeah.
Stovepipe Perkins. Also, the only name I knew you by on Facebook was Alfonso Perkins.
Yeah.
And what's up with all the different names?
Okay. This happened. I don't normally dream like vivid dreams, right?
Okay.
My dreams are like tomorrow's trash day. Oh, okay. Yeah. And I wake up and I go, hey, it's trash day.
Dream of like taking the trash out.
Yeah. And so but this night I had this dream that I was on stage this really brightly lit stage, so bright that you can't even see anyone in the audience, And we're playing this song called Chicken Shack, which is an old Pinetop Perkins song. Hey Jack, I just got back to this place called the Chicken Shack, right? And we're just playing the hell out of it. And I look back, and I see it's Willie Dixon on stand-up bass, who Willie Dixon wrote most of Howlin' Wolf's songs and things back in the 30s and 40s and 50s. And then I look over, and Pinetop Perkins is on piano, and I'm thinking, what am I doing up here, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get out of here, man. It's like, ugh. So as the song ended, I just reached down, and I unplugged, and I walked off the front of the stage. So it's like 2 steps down, and I get to the first step, and I hear this, Stovepipe! And I was like, So I take another step, and I go, Stovepipe! And so I take 2 or 3 more steps, and then Willie Dixon goes, Stovepipe! And I look back, and he goes, get your ass back up here. And then I woke up, and I was like, Stovepipe? What is that about? And but I generally, if I have a dream like that, I'll try to like make a notation.
Like right when you wake up or something from it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next day, I thought, Stovepipe, that's so weird. So I went to Google, and I thought, that Chicken Shack song would be kind of fun to play in our band, because we're just playing the hell out of the thing. And so I looked up Chicken Shack, Pinetop Perkins, and one of the search results that popped up said Stovepipes Blues. And I was like, well, that's freaky, because it just, that whole went full circle on that stovepipe thing. So this was before Facebook. But I made a notation of it, and I was just like, Stovepipe, what the hell? And so Facebook came around, and I didn't want to use my own name. So I said, that Stovepipe thing, I ought to probably use that, because my sister is notorious for, and rightly so, it was notorious for like posting pictures. Oh, here's Scott in a diaper when he was 2, that sort of thing. So I thought, well, I'll do a performer name. I won't invite her in, and so she won't be able to do that. And so I used the Stovepipe thing, which was fine for, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 years, something like that. And then one day, Facebook sends me a note, and they said, we don't think Stovepipe is really your first name.
Wow, okay.
And I'm an IT guy, so I said, well, of course it is. And so I went and I grabbed it. And they said, well, if it is, send over your birth certificate.
Uh-oh.
So I went online and I grabbed a birth certificate, photoshopped it up, sent it over, and they were like, okay. So they go away. And
I like this story.
Yeah, so 2 or 3 months later, here they are again. They're like, we're having second thoughts about whether or not that's your real first name. And I said, of course it is. And they said, if that's really your first name, then what's your middle name? And I was like, and the first thing that popped in my head was Alfonso.
Okay.
So I said, Alfonso, and they said, great. And they said, we'll let you back on. So
at that time, you were totally banned or something? Like they wouldn't let you on the
Oh, totally banned.
The Facebook?
Yeah. So they said, okay, we'll let you back on. And but when they let me on as Alfonso Perkins, killing the whole branding on the whole Stovepipe thing.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Which is what everybody seems to know me as. So, but Alfonso is as fake as
Stovepipe. I think it's, it's more fake than Stovepipe. I don't.
Right, yeah, yeah.
So, it doesn't seem nearly as fitting. I don't know.
If I'd have thought of something, I just what popped in my head at the time. But so they let me back on. Now, here's what's interesting, is they're also doing that, the LGBT community, they're banning some of the, and I hope the terminology is correct still, but they've banned the drag queens because they use Miss Felicia, right?
Yeah.
Instead of Bob Smith, right?
Yeah.
And so there's this big pushback. So if you go on Wikipedia and you look at Facebook's naming rights policy, you'll see like all of the drag queens and my name in there too. So
nice.
So I'm in good company.
Your name was in there. I love it. All right, cool.
Yeah, so that's the whole Alfonso Perkins, Stovepipe Perkins thing. So
do you release your real name to the listeners?
Oh yeah. Scott White.
Scott White, yeah.
And it's funny.
You say that on stage at all ever?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
What's funny is like I'll be dating a girl for a while and I won't think a thing of it, and they'll just go, yeah, this is Scott Perkins, and I'm like, no, it's white. They're like, white.
Yeah.
It's like I've been dating you for 6 months. And you don't even know my name.
I don't even know you.
Right, exactly. Like, well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just a really strange thing. But yeah, so the whole Knock Kneed Sally, Stovepipe Alfonso thing is so weird that I just answered almost anything now. So
Okay. All right. Well, Stovepipe.
yeah,
You want to get into some tunes for us?
yeah.
I don't know what you want to play, and I don't care what you play. I just
All right.
I appreciate
was,
that story. That's something to think about now as you perform for us. I can picture your dream as
Right,
you're
yeah,
performing,
yeah.
and I can just like put that in my mind, all the background, and
Right,
you
right,
walking
right.
off stage, and I'll just.
It was so weird because all I wanted to do was get off of the stage because I was just like, man, these are like, the giants. And so this is crazy. This is a song that sort of wrote itself. I was watching television one night and just sitting on the couch, and the guitar, I hadn't even noticed that it was playing. But it started playing this progression, and I thought it was like maybe a Chili Peppers tune or something.
Okay, yeah.
Like The Other Side or something. So I was just sitting there going, what is that? So I thought, well, I better write it down. And this song has been just played around the world. We get email from China and Russia and Croatia and just everywhere. Holding hands and that laughing game, it just goes all to hell, and then it's just not the same. And I'm really sorry, but it wasn't you, it was me. Images remain, I'd forget if I was able, like that cup of water on your bedside table. And I'm really sorry, but it wasn't you, it was me. Wasn't you, it was fates of the nation. They don't hang in the balance. It's just all that stuff that just fell down around us. And I'm really sorry, but it wasn't you, it was me. Wasn't you, it was me. Planted wedding at the church and the steeple. I opened my hands and we lost all the people. And I'm really sorry, but it wasn't you, it was me. Wasn't you, it was fates of the nation. They don't hang in the balance. It's just all that stuff that just fell down around us. And I'm really sorry, but it wasn't you, it was me. Wasn't you, it was me. Still have scars from the things I'm needing. I tried to pick up the pieces, but I couldn't stop the bleeding. And I'm really sorry, but it wasn't you, it was me. Wasn't you, it was fates of the nation. They don't
hanging the balance is just all that stuff that just fell down around the sand. Really sorry, but wasn't you, it was me. Wasn't you, it was fates of a nation made up, hanging the balance is just all that stuff that just fell down around the sand. Really sorry, but wasn't you, it was me. Wasn't you, it was me.
Cool.
Something like that.
Very catchy.
Oh,
I was telling Stovepipe Alfonso when he came in today that I hadn't even had the chance to really. Okay, I told you I didn't listen to anything, but I did find a video of you guys performing at Knuckleheads on
gotcha.
YouTube, so I did hear some of the stuff. So,
Gotcha.
but the point that I'm trying to make about this is that I have no idea what you're stripping this down from. You know,
Oh,
I
right,
can't
right,
imagine
right,
what
right.
the full band sounds like, because you got the photo has you got a sax and a trumpet, right, and then you got the bass player,
right.
your drummer.
Yep.
So
Our trumpet player passed away about 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're a 4-piece right now, looking at potentially adding keys or something like that.
Oh, cool, yeah.
So,
you just don't have the trumpet at the moment.
right, exactly.
Okay. Speaking of like live performances, let's talk a little bit about what's your schedule like? I mean, how often do you guys play out and all that stuff?
We play anywhere from 180 to 250 times a year.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a lot, man.
Man,
That's
I
awesome.
tell you, about 4 years ago, our bass player was having some medical issues, and he said, I need to play a lot. So I booked us up tight. We were playing 5 nights a week, right?
Yeah.
And boy, it's like Groundhog Day, man. It's like you'll walk back into a club and be like, man, we were here like the day before yesterday. It's like, no, that was a week ago.
Wow,
And
yeah.
it's like every day you just wake up, go play.
That's awesome. So,
And,
it's almost like a full-time job.
Oh, yeah.
Or more.
Well, you just get tighter in the drum, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys rehearse, or do you use the live performances as your rehearsals then?
Generally, we occasionally, like if we play at the main stage of King Biscuit, in the past, we've opened for Little Lady and the Blues Imperials, Big Head Todd, and Shinedown, and those
nice.
guys.
Oh, cool.
And we'll practice kind of going into that, because generally, like for at King Biscuit, we opened for Blackberry Smoke, and so it's like, we're gonna have to go a little edgy or more. And the other thing too is the type of music you play on the stage that you're on.
Right.
Is a big difference. Like if you're playing a bar, you can play the bump bump da
Yeah.
bump. Try that on a big stage. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I always think of the Pearl Jam. That works on a big stage.
Right.
And it doesn't necessarily work on a small stage. So, that would be
Kinda
the
like too
time.
much in a smaller environment, right?
Yeah.
Just-
So that anthemic sort of thing. So going into the big shows, we'll practice a little bit, but generally we'll say, let's trust everyone to do homework, because if we have to practice and I have to teach you the song at practice, that's poor.
Well, it's kind of a waste of time, right?
It's a waste of time for everybody who already knows it. Yeah,
Exactly,
they're just
yeah.
sitting there going, why didn't the dude do homework?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's typically like for some reason. I mean, we don't do a whole lot of covers, but every once in a while, like the particular song gets stuck in my head. Like right now, for some reason, and I don't know why, but Alice Cooper's "Only Women Bleed" has just been stuck in my brain, and I can't get it out. So, and
So you know that if you get it stuck in your head, that's a cover you're gonna have to learn, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, it just comes to you.
Yeah, and then Alice Cooper played here last Friday. So when we played last Friday, people were like, they said that there was a part over at Martin City Brewing. There was a big party going on. They're like, any Alice Cooper? He's in town tonight. And I was like, that is so weird that's so it's almost like the universe going, well, you better learn this because in a month somebody's going to request it.
Because Alice Cooper was here, and everyone's on this Alice Cooper high, and then they're going to see you play live kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's just weird how that happens all the time.
It came to,
Yeah.
The premonition, what's the word?
Like a premonition.
Premonition, yeah. That is the right word. I was like, I don't
or
want to screw that word up.
It's kind of like the universe, when you, like, a lot of songwriters like Bob Dylan or the Rolling Stones or any of those guys, if you say, how did you write all those songs? He goes, dude, I didn't write those songs. Because I just caught them as they were going by. And I just happened to have my antenna in the air. And I kind of think that's sort of the same thing because like that last song I just played, I didn't sit down and my guitar was just playing unconsciously.
I got you.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, I might have some lyrics I wrote like a year ago that might fit in there. And then it did. And then you start playing it out and you start getting a reaction from the crowd to that song. And you're like, okay, I think we're on to something here a little bit, And
that's the beauty of a musician. I grew up playing in like kind of some heavy bands and stuff like that. And I would say I relate with that feeling. And it mostly comes with like drum beats for me. I'll build. I'm just like, I gotta play that. I just gotta play it.
Yeah,
and then I gotta record it, and then you can just build on top of it. It's like, But if I sit there and try to come up with something, it doesn't really.
No.
So.
No, I invariably, like if I try to write lyrics, they, I normally throw them away because but exactly what you're talking about, where I've got a good rhythmic figure.
Yeah.
And then my brain will just sort of fill in the blanks on it. And like I was on the motorcycle one day and I hadn't written a song in a while and I said, okay, I'm going to trick myself into writing a song. What song would this friend of mine who's a songwriter, what would his next song that he's going to write be? So I'm on the motorcycle and I go around this corner and I just hear it's a boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, da-dum. Okay. All right. And then, and for some reason, I watched Eddie Murphy's, it was Raw or Delirious again. I hadn't seen it in forever. And he's talking about Brooke Shields, how Brooke Shields can be at Michael Jackson's house all day long and nobody says a thing.
Yeah.
He goes basically, you send her to my house. He goes, it's going to be a totally different thing, right? So I was trying to write in metaphors of that same thing.
Right.
And it's like, and somehow it came out of this weird thing where it's like, I ain't Colonel Sanders, I ain't Mickey D, but if you're going to hang out tonight, why don't you come hang out with me?
Oh, I like it.
But I ain't that Wendy's girl, I'm not the Burger King, so just round up some of that biscuit and bring it on home to me. So it's called Give Me Some Biscuit.
Okay.
And so just came out of nowhere. But if I'd have sat down and tried to write that, and the other thing is, like, as you probably know, I dated this girl for a while, and she would constantly like pick on me about my songwriting. She was just like, "Can't you write a happy song?"
Yeah.
And then I finally turned it around. I said, "Well, give me something to be happy about."
Oh, snap. Yeah.
And then,
man.
Then it starts, right?
Yeah.
And so
then the fight starts, and then now I have song fuel.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now I got something to write about.
Right, exactly. So, so it was funny.
Uh-oh. There's the phone. That's a phone call.
I have...
isn't it?
No, I have sound shut off. I have no idea why that's...
Was that our sax player?
No, it was just an alarm that went off.
Gotcha.
My apologies.
No, you're good. You're good.
So I wrote this song called Sunday Afternoon, which is qualifies as a happy song. So it's like, but it was kind of a weird. But yeah, most of them, and I just thought, maybe I'm the sad song guy.
Seems like, I don't know what it is, but almost every musician that I've come across in my life, that's been the same scenario.
Yeah.
It's like, I just can't write music when I'm happy.
No.
Because I'm spending my time being happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's like...
I always make fun in our shows. I always go, I'm so happy.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm still happy. You know, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, it's far better to like write songs about she broke in, you know, stole
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
set my stuff on fire. You know,
Yeah,
that's
of course. It's
far,
a better story.
far more.
No one
interesting.
cares. No one cares that when you're happy, really.
no, not
I
at
mean,
all.
it's just not as interesting.
Yeah, I was driving down to after Larry passed away. I was driving down to King Biscuit actually doing our opener down there, and this for a 9-hour drive. This song would not leave me alone.
There's another one coming to you.
Yeah. So as soon as I got down there, I was like, oh my God. By the time I got down there, I had it done, and I said, I need to, and I just fired up the video recorder, sat in front of the Hobson plantation down there, which is this 500-year-old farm, cotton farm, and did the song. And
I'm sorry, where was this at? I missed that part.
this is in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Okay.
And King Biscuit is in Helena, Arkansas. And it's just in this bombed out town that it's really funny. The only time anyone's in that town is during King Biscuit. And there are buildings that have like no roof, no back wall, and they'll move a pizza joint in there during King Biscuit.
so-
they're like, we're serving unless it's raining. If it's raining, we got to shut everything off because
There's no roof.
there's no roof.
Yeah, that's some soggy pizza.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
King Biscuit is a big music festival that I haven't.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I haven't heard of it, so I just kind of
Back in the 30s, the King Biscuit Flower Hour was a radio show, and they in Clarksdale there at WROX, I think is what it is, and they would employ Sonny Boy Williamson and B.B. King and guys like that to do commercials. And then if they did commercials real well, then they kind of get their own show and things like that.
Okay.
But and then King Biscuit became a festival, and over the years, so it's been going on for, gosh, I think it's 40 years now. But the beauty of that festival is that there's really no separation between the performers and the spectators.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Like you'll sit there in the audience and look over and go, "Huh, Bonnie Raitt is sitting right there," or
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anson Funderburg, or you're just the Kentucky Headhunters. You know,
Yeah.
like I was looking for a guy. I walked into a trailer, and I just sat down there for a while because it was swelteringly hot down there. And I looked over and I was like, Kentucky Headhunters. And they're like, yeah. It's like, okay, all right. But it's just a really cool festival, and
Sounds like it's pretty down to earth kind of
yeah.
no real rules kind of thing, huh? This sounds like a good time. How long is it? Like a week long, or
It's 4 days long
Okay.
in October, second week of October this year. So it's like the 11th through the 14th
Nice.
or something like that. But it's you could just sit there and like Anson Funderburg, who I don't know if you know him or not, but he's kind of like an old school blues dude.
Yeah,
who's
I've
kinda-
definitely heard of him and probably
Yeah.
some of his material.
Like he'll sit there and go, "Hey, Anson, you want to play with us?" He goes, "Yeah, man, I'd like to play with you." You know. So and
That's
there's
awesome.
Oh, it's cool
That's
as
amazing,
can be,
yeah.
man. It's cool as can be. And there's a big jam on Wednesday night, so you can play with. I mean, some of the biggest names in the bluesy, sort of area, bluesy and rootsy areas, and
So this is where your dream comes to life, but you actually stay on stage. You don't walk off. Like
you're right,
Yeah,
right, exactly. I think I look over and go, oh,
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. So it's a lot of fun.
Stovepipe, Yeah.
Right.
So,
And the other part is like, you're playing to 15 to 20,000 people, and
That's crazy.
and you just look out, and there's a huge contingent of Kansas City people that come down there.
Oh, okay.
And
You ran into people that you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So you look out and they're like, Stovepipe.
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's awfully fun.
That's cool. I feel real honored to have you here, man.
Man, thanks.
I
man,
just
dude.
didn't know.
It's an honor of mine to be on the podcast.
I appreciate that. I want to throw out a thank you to Tony DiPlacido over
Oh,
there
yeah.
Wind Shift. He introduced us, and that's actually the last episode we did, and
wow,
that's how we met up.
Tony's a good dude, man.
Yeah, man.
Very good guy.
Makes good beer too.
Yeah.
Very good beer.
Yep. Yeah. He's been a home brewer for years. I've got one of his bottles at my house from a Christmas party from maybe 2 years ago. I keep saying, God, I can bring that bottle by. He goes, you bring it by, I'll fill it back up.
There you go.
Okay,
yeah, that's the type of guy Tony is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
yeah, he's awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm sure that we'll be returning to that brewery often.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, can you jam a couple more?
Yeah.
You could do the bit. I don't know what you want to play, but
I may do this song called Sunday Afternoon. And it's funny as a songwriter.
This is the happy song, right? Quote unquote.
This is the happy song.
Gotcha.
A friend of mine, or a guy I know, let's say it that way, a guy I know, because called me up and he goes, he's got this real distinctive voice, and he's like, "Where you at?" And I said, "I'm home, dude. Where are you?" And he goes, "I'm at your jam." And I said, "Well, that's interesting because our jam's on Saturday and it's Sunday, and our jam's at 3 and it's 7:00. So." And he's like, "Oh man, I think I missed it by a day and a half." And I was like, "Evidently."
Wow,
and
puts a new meaning to late.
Yeah, what's funny is every time you see him, he's like, "Stovepipe, I ain't had a drink in 9 years, 400 days, 39 months, and whatever." And the whole time, he's sidewinding. The last time I saw him, it was out here in Blue Springs, and it was unfortunate that the asphalt wasn't level. It was tipped slightly to the south, so when he got out of his car, as hard as he was trying to come over to me, gravity kept like pulling him the other way. And finally I was like, "Dude, I'll catch you, inside,
That's I love it.
So
sounds like a character, man.
Good
guy to remember.
So I started thinking of better ways of losing a day and a half than probably the way he did. So, yeah.
He was having fun, though.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Love cocoon, clothes spilled all about my room. All you do is make me think of you. Thought it was Saturday morning, turns out it's Sunday afternoon. Tea for two, it's a naked rendezvous. Comme allez-vous? Muy bien, monsieur vous. Thought it was Saturday morning, turns out it's Sunday afternoon. Insert solo here. Tea for two, it's a naked rendezvous. Comment allez-vous? Muy bien, monsieur vous. Thought it was Saturday morning, turns out it's Sunday afternoon. Solo number 2. Love cocoon, clothes spill all about my room.
All you do is make me think of you. Thought it was Saturday morning, turns out it's Sunday afternoon. Thought it was Saturday morning, turns out it's Sunday afternoon. Thought it was Saturday morning, turns out it's Sunday afternoon.
The whole time that you were playing the song, I was thinking there's so many different ways that you could approach that, the theme, the meaning behind that song. You can make your own meaning. It's like, you say it's a happy song, so it's like, okay, you could be having a great weekend, and it just went so fast that now it's, oh man, it's Sunday afternoon,
all of a sudden, right.
Or you're like your buddy, or it's just like you're out of your mind for
right,
which I guess could be a good time too.
Yeah.
I've definitely been there. And speaking of tripping over stuff, man, it looks like you got your foot all bandaged up there. You stepped on some glass at a show in Memphis, it sounds like, huh?
Well, that's
a cool story.
I had a interaction with a freshwater shark.
Right. That's the real story.
The freshwater shark at Bagnell Dam down in...
Did you catch any fish at least that day?
Anytime somebody tells you that a nurse shark is not aggressive, they really are. So.
You found that out.
That's the story I tell, but the true story is I was in my garage and I dropped a relish jar and I cleaned it all up. And then about 10 days later, I'm out there barefoot and I step on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it... So, I did the right thing, got some Neosporin, Band-Aid, blah, 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 put it on there, seemed to be healing. And then I got super busy. We're getting ready to go down to Memphis and play, go down to Morgan Freeman's place in Clarksdale. It's called Ground Zero, the actor.
Yeah, of course, yeah. God.
And we go to head down there, and my foot is starting to amp up. Just hurting, and I can tell something's going on. So I get hold of my doctor, I get some antibiotics, start taking those, and it doesn't slow it down a bit. We get down to DeWitt, Arkansas. I have to, and I never do this, had to play the show sitting down. And then the next night, we're at Ground Zero, and I had to play sitting down, but we play a set, take a break. I have to go in the back and lay down. Then when it's time to go back, I have to go into the bathroom just so that I can get used to sitting back upright.
Oh man.
So, but I had so much
serious injury, man.
Then that Sunday morning, I took my sock off and the whole top of my foot was black.
Oh.
And I told him, I said, just when you get back to Kansas City, throw me out in front of the hospital. And I knew what it was. And the doctor looked at it. He goes, "You know what that is?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "That's gaseous gangrene." That's and I was like,
man,
oh my God, dude. And they're like, "Yeah, we got to take your leg off below the knee." And I was like, "No, we don't." No, that's on your wish list. That's not on my wish list. No, I said, "No, we don't." I said, "And the two of you need to get out of here." I said, "You haven't taken any blood. We haven't done an MRI. We haven't done anything."
So he was serious about this.
Oh, they were dead serious.
I thought you were kidding.
No, they wanted to dial me up
God.
right then, man. Dial me up. As soon as I walked in there, they're like, this got to come off below the knee.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm cleaning my response up dramatically. And it was expletive filled. And I told him, I said, "Look, man, we need to collect some data points here. I need to know, what circulation looks like. I need to know what kidney function looks like." Because I hadn't slept in 3 or 4 days because I was having fever dreams. I don't know if you know what that is. Where, dude, I try to go to sleep, and a browser window would pop up, and it would say, "You need to log in." So I'd log in. And then it would ask me these crazy questions like, why are trees larger on the top than they are on the bottom? And I would type it, say, well, it's because of the resistance of the soil and blah, blah, blah. And then I would hit enter and it wouldn't take. And I'd say, are you still there? And they'd say, it seems to have lost the signal. We need to have you log in again. So the page would reset. But it would do that thousands of times overnight.
Oh my gosh.
Just boom, 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 boom. And you're not asleep, you're awake. And I was like, all I want to do is go to sleep.
Yeah.
But this went on for nearly 10 days. And I finally told the doctor, I said,
I need some sleep, man.
And he said, it's the infection in your body. You're in the state they call delirium, where, I hear people talk about doing like psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah.
And it opens doors into sort of other realms and things like that.
So you're like hallucinating almost.
Dude, I was visited by a lot of, they weren't people necessarily, when I was in the state. And they were very specific about our performances and the band. And
this has to be a song, right? I mean,
push, God, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
This is like some space age kind of. That sounds miserable, though.
Oh, it was horrendous, and I couldn't. I just couldn't sleep, and then I couldn't breathe. Like I've even still got a little bit now, where, I'll cough a little bit, and it's just because I'm not congested or anything. It's just
man,
crazy.
Well, you're doing all right now. Yeah. I mean, you're getting there.
Yeah, when I got out of the hospital, you could like see through me. You could like read a newspaper if it was held behind me. I was just transparent, man.
Man,
it was crazy. But
I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you still got your leg.
God, no kidding.
I bet you're the most happy about that.
Yeah, it was like no reality that I have has that in it. It's like no.
That's insane. Wow.
Well, the other part too, you and I talked about, having kids and getting older and things like that. And I don't mean this to sound as like morbid as it would be, but like when you break your leg when you're 12, you're like, wow, I'm going to be in a cast for 4 months.
Yeah.
If you were to break your leg at 90, you might go, F that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around to deal with it.
I know.
Yep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So your whole thought process is, I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's kind of crazy, but
wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, it's not over yet. They went in and took that section that was black out, and so the top of my foot, not to gross you out, but top of my foot's kind of interesting. Top of my foot, they dug down, and it looked like Terminator, because my ligaments were there and there was no meat around them.
Oh,
so
my
like
gosh.
They go, okay, bend your toes. You're like, and your ligaments you could see working.
Oh,
it was
crazy.
It was almost like.
Was this because you had a piece of glass stuck in your foot still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it stayed in there, and then it got infected, and it just got worse.
Horribly infected. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, not to gross you out or anybody.
That's all right.
Out.
No,
But at one point, a doctor comes in and he takes my big toe. He pulls it over and he goes, "You want to see how bad this is?" And I said, "Yeah." And he takes some tweezers that are like this long, and he goes, "Choop," and he just choop, and he goes right down into my foot.
Oh, wow.
He's like, "Dude, you have like all this going on." I was like, "Dude, that's nasty." It is.
Okay. Next week on.
Yeah, right. Let's do a happy song.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, everyone shut the lights off.
Oh God, yeah. So, but yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, I feel blessed every day that I'm up and on this.
You literally almost lost your foot, man.
Oh yeah.
Like really close to it. That's crazy. I didn't realize it was that bad. Wow.
Oh yeah, it was super bad, really bad. It was funny. I left wound care one day and I went over to McGonigal's meat market. Right, it's a great meat market.
Oh.
I go over there and they've got a leg of lamb.
I was
laying
going to
there.
say, you're not going to see raw meat the same.
Exactly. No. Oh, there's a leg of lamb laying there. I was like, nope.
Oh man.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. All right. Whew, with that, let's get some more music. Let's take our mind off of this.
What do you want to do here? Let's do, we did this thing that's sort of a John Mayer meets Bill Withers
Oh, that's an interesting
sort of
combo.
treatment to Ain't No Sunshine.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Let's see if I can pull this off here. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I do see that blend there. Sometimes I feel like I'm listening to John Mayer, and the other times,
Oh,
let me ask you a musician to musician question.
Yeah.
Were you struggling with sustain there a little bit?
Yeah.
I was going to just make a disclaimer on that it's going to be the fault of the amplifier. I told him I had an amp here for him to use, and you're playing. The point of this is that you can tell how talented you are because you're adapting to totally something foreign that you just are playing on for the first time.
Oh no,
today.
it's yeah, we're getting something out of it.
I
so,
assumed that you have I saw it in your truck. You have your own rig that you're used to playing through. I'm sure. And
Yeah. I'm cursed with broken amplifiers. Like right now, I have 7 amplifiers. I've got a Fender Deluxe, a Fender DeVille. I've got a Crate, Voodoo Club. I've got a Roland, the one from the 70s that all the guitar players like. I've got I've got 2 of the Crate Voodoo Clubs, the Club 50s, and then I've got a PV Classic 50. And right now, I'm the Deluxe. I'm running through the effects return because the 2 here won't work. I took the DeVille to Scarlett amplification. Oh, and here's the deal. Oh my God, I leave my house, right, and it's in my back of my car, and I got stuff all over the back, right, and evidently the back wasn't latched all the way down, so I I go to pull out, and the light changes, and I go, I'll just scoot on out here, right? So I scoot out pretty quick. Amp hits the back door because it's on wheels. Door opens up. It goes out of the back of my car at 30 miles an hour.
Oh,
Kink,
yep.
kink, 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 kink.
Oh, did you see it flying through the...
Oh, it was doing cartwheels.
That was a good feeling.
Oh, so I took it over to Paul at Scarlet, and that day he got it running again. And it's like, oh my God, thank God. But it's got a little snap, crackle, and pop in it. Not his fault at all. He did an amazing job getting it going. But I'm gonna take that Deluxe over there, and he does this thing where he strips out all the electronics and puts his in there.
Nice.
And basically, you'll have like a drive and a volume that you just manipulate, and that way you can drive it using your own volume knob, and you don't have to have as much pedals running into it.
I got you. Yeah.
So but yeah, so I've got 7 amps, and the Deluxe is working, but it's not working the way it's supposed to.
Right. Yeah. But you made it work. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you're playing on a Paul Reed Smith today, right? How many guitars do you own?
I make guitars. I make cigar box guitars.
Oh, do you really? That's awesome.
And so I probably have like 40.
Wow.
But I've got about 6 or 8 players, like ones that I'd feel okay on stage with.
Yeah.
And then the rest are all this Saturday, I'm playing in the Ozarks Cigar Box Festival. And so I've got a guitar I made out of a shovel, and another one, it's a license plate guitar, and then I've got one I made out of an old ironing board.
Yeah.
And then just crazy stuff like that. So.
That'd be cool. Do you have we haven't talked about like where you can find your music online, or where you can find your stuff that you build. That'd be cool to find too. What's all the websites and all that?
Knockneedsally.com. So KNOCK KNEED, and then Sally, and then you can find us at Spotify and Napster and CD Baby, and we've got our own channel at Spotify, our own channel at iHeartRadio, and then you can go to our website's got a store built into it, but most of the regular places
awesome
to pick up some of this stuff, and our shows will have we're out of our 3rd CD, but I've got our latest, and then 3 of our other CDs, or 2 of our other CDs.
Where do you guys where do you get the music recorded at, or do you do it yourself, or
we have I used Beat Oven to do our first one back in like 2009.
Is that a KC Studio?
Yeah, KC Studio, Beat Oven, and then at Beethoven, but Beat Oven.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we went to BRC, and then we went to Cypher over on Main. And then this last one we went back to BRC, but we're sort of due to do a couple of projects. One, I write a whole bunch of songs that don't kind of fit. Like I've got this song called "I Do Baby Do You." It's like it goes. Nonsense and frankincense used to rule the day. All them words just afterwards seem to ring hollow anyway. If you're thinking way too long, just remember I wrote you this song. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I like it.
And so there's just a whole bunch of that sort of stuff that I'm going to do. It's tentatively called Songs Chicks Like. So it'll be like a softer edge. And then I think we need to do a greatest hits, and then do another CD. So
awesome, man.
This will be kind of fun.
I wish you the best of luck with all that. I'll be definitely following you now. It's nice to finally make the connection. And,
same here, man. Yeah. Same here. Good hanging out with you.
Yeah, you too. It's been a blast, and I appreciate you coming over here and everything, and going off to another interview this evening. It sounds like, right?
We're going to be on the local showcase at KKFI. Our drummer is out of town, but we'll make it work somehow.
Yeah, so. Cool. Do they archive those those shows? I know
They do.
Okay,
yeah.
so that'll be on their website too, I'm sure.
Right,
so.
right.
Cool.
So, yeah.
All right. Knockneedsally.com. It looks like we're at about 54 minutes. You know, we shoot for an hour.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, time flies, man. We had that conversation earlier in years, but man, in hours it's just like even faster. So especially when you're having a good time. So, do you want to any closing thoughts or anything? And do you want to rock another song for us, or?
Yeah, I could do a little song that. I could do that. A little bit of Larry's in the Atmosphere.
Sweet. Okay.
This is our trumpet player. It was kind of funny. We had a celebration of life for Larry. Larry was a funny guy, just funny, super funny dude. Yeah. And at Celebration of Life, I thanked everybody for coming out, and I said, it means a lot. And
sorry to hear about that, by the way.
It was quite a shock for everybody.
Yeah.
A couple of really weird things. We did we played on one of the morning programs over the weekend on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I don't remember which one it was. But at one point they were taking pictures and Larry was off prowling around somewhere in the studio. So we're all standing there and I've got my arm up and Larry's not there.
Yeah.
Like I had my arm around it, and they took a picture of that, and then I ran across that later, and I was like, wow, that was... Yeesh.
You never know.
No.
You just never know, man.
This song bothered me all the way down 9 hours. It's like... In the echoes, I can almost hear that Larry's in the atmosphere, yeah. In the echoes, I can almost hear that Larry's in the atmosphere, yeah. But no, Larry doesn't live here anymore, yeah. Batmobiles and Buddha heads, they built a church under your bed. Little Lori Morning Glory, she cries, which tells the story. But now, Larry doesn't live here anymore, yeah. In the echoes, I can almost hear that Larry's in the atmosphere, yeah. In the echoes, I can almost hear that Larry's in the atmosphere, yeah. But now, Larry doesn't live here anymore, yeah. Bough broke, trees all said they just jumped the moon instead. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, they took that horn out to the coast. But now, Larry doesn't live here anymore, yeah. All right.
Thanks a lot, man.
You
Alfonso
bet.
Perkins.
Thanks for having me.
Oh man, I had a great time. I really, I hope to see you around. I'll come catch a show sometime.
Cool.
I'll follow you online. So again, that's knockneedsally.com.
KnockKneeSally.com. Yeah, yeah.
And then obviously you got the Facebook page. That's where I've been communicating
Oh
with you
yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
And then-
Twitter and Instagram.
right, all that social media jazz. Yeah,
Yeah, all that stuff.
all
yeah.
the necessities, of course. That
Right,
It's
right.
just kind of a pain in the butt, but it's
Totally.
needs to happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
especially in this day and age. So
I just want to say thank you very much. Appreciate your time and making time for me.
of
So,
course, man. Thank you as well.
Yeah, awesome.
It was really good to meet you, and tell your bandmates that they missed out. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Gosh, I'm terrible with names. The sax player, his name
Rick Coombs.
Rick Kuntz. Yeah.
Yeah, bass player is Greg Canseco, and Alex Boyd is the drummer. Although we're in transition right now, we're looking at a guy this weekend. So
All right.
he's going out on the road. He's playing a church gig, which is kind of blown up.
Awesome.
And so yeah.
All right, man. Well, cheers.
Yeah.
And
Same.
we'll talk to you later.
Awesome, man. Appreciate
That's
it.
another one in the books on KC Tunes and Brews. So we'll see you next time.
Friday night and the workday's done. Now's the time to have some fun. Smelling crawfish in the air. Sound of boozilay everywhere. Source of all the smells and sounds. I know exactly where they're found.